Hey guys, it's your buddy Doomy here with a little bit of a serious topic for today's video. I recently just put out a video just kind of highlighting the double standards between men and women and kind of also highlighting those conversations in the comment section. So, interestingly enough, and kindly enough, thank you to everybody that shared your story so far in these comment sections. It is truly appreciated, and not only that, but it also gives us a little bit of insight into this world that even myself, I didn't realize that it was this deep. Again, I just want to say thank you for everybody that's come forward and talked about it. What I'm going to be doing in this video is talking about the stories of a good portion of these men and a couple women that have decided to share their stories about their experiences with having women as the perpetrator. So what we're going to do is we're going to be going through some comments that were left in this video on my Instagram account that I found incredibly eye-opening and educational, but also kind of scared the shit out of me because I knew that it was some women, but I didn't realize it was that many women. And I think that we can all agree after listening to these comments that I think we kind of need to reevaluate how things are going. For some of us that understand that there is some sort of stigma that keeps from men coming forward, or even some cases women coming forward about women, it's about time we have these conversations in order to try to make it more of a comfortable, better space for people to come forward and we take them seriously. Why are we laughing at people that are being SA'd and DV'd situations, by women? Why? Why is this funny? Why isn't it taken seriously? So after listening to these comments, I want you guys to at the very least agree that we're doing something wrong. They made me uncomfortable and they made me feel sorry for every single one of these victims. So here we go. Let's start with the first comment here. Actually, before we begin, I want to highlight the definition of a double standard. A double standard is a noun, a rule or principle which is unfairly applied in different ways to different people or groups. So this literally means, in this particular video, it's not okay if women stare at other women either, okay? We understand that there are men out there that do stare at women uncomfortably, but there are also women that do it, and it's not okay. And the comment section really seems to disagree. I mean, some of you. I'm happy to have a platform to be able to share some of them on, so hopefully we can change this. So, with that being said, here we go. First comment here. I work at a strip club. The amount of times I've seen female patrons commit what is literal SA, groping, trying to kiss, even trying to insert fingers or tips, is insane. Every time we booted them out, the excuse was always, but it's fine, I'm a woman. Bouncer for 15 years, and the amount of SA we face is an effing joke. I went to a color festival without a shirt and had at least 8 women grope me. One walked up with dead fish eyes and tried to put her hand down my pants. First time I almost punched somebody. Felt legitimately violating. Truth nuke. I got groped by a girl in my class. No one bats an eye. If I did that though, I would have been expelled. I constantly was SA'd and touched without permission multiple times by women. So many women, including my sisters, have touched me inappropriately in ways that truly make me feel uncomfortable. Yet when I tell them to stop, they won't because I'm a man and women can do whatever they want. Even double standards with how women tell me, even my mom has said this, that men should all die and unalive themselves. It's disgusting. Imagine if I said that about women. If I did the things my own sisters have done to me, I'd go to prison. Really sad. And I really hope that you're able to get out of that situation and have boundaries. If people are truly crossing those boundaries, you can file online police reports at the very least, try to build a case. Last year, it happens twice to me. That a woman grabs my ass. First time was in the supermarket. The second time she was standing behind me in the rolling stairs. That time she didn't even touch my ass but more my legs, but at least she tried. My wife had a hole in her leggings that she didn't know about, and some random lady came up behind her and stuck her finger in the hole. When my wife turned around to see who it was, the chick told her, "I just wanted to touch your hole." Trust me, women are just as much as a problem. She was genuinely shocked when my wife was pissed off at her. I have lost count of the amount of times I have been SA'd by women, especially when I was in my early 20s, out at the bar. As men, we have to laugh it off and just go about our day. I'm a bouncer. I have an open case against a woman for SA. I hold women to the same standard women hold men to. I call it equality. I'm a scuba diving instructor. You would not believe how many times I've been sexually harassed, even as the owner of a company, by my clients. And they think it's fine because they pay me to teach them a certification, and they all think that they're God's gift to men in their wetsuits. And 90% of them trust me, they are not. I was in a club once chatting with a random woman, and another drunk woman came up to me, put one hand on my ass, and then tried to put her fingers in my mouth. When that failed, she grabbed and she bit my hand, leaving a bruise for 2 weeks. Thankfully, the woman I was chatting with pulled the drunk chick off of me. I told the female bartender and nothing. I found a bouncer and the drunk chick was kicked out. You should have charged that bitch, honestly. I've had women rub my chest and tell me their desires and fantasies. Crazy. But if a dude were to do that, right to jail. If I say it, I'm tripping. As a tall black man, I gotta say, it's happened way too many times, and I sat there bamboozled like I don't know what to do. Being touched is a pet peeve for me, and it happens not every day, but they think because they like you, it's okay. I can't do that. A few women do this at my local bar, and I just pull the same shit they do. Call them creeps, or I say that I have a girlfriend, and they look at me crazy. It's hilarious how they generally hit on men in the same ways they don't want men to do it to them. I work at a gas station, and if I'm not behind the counter, I get touched by women all the time. I don't like being touched, especially if I don't see it coming, and understandably, that's pretty fair. Security guard here, not even a bouncer. I've had a chick with a Karen haircut come up to me and grab my berries while I held the door for her. She had to have done it a lot because she used the exact amount of pressure not to hurt me. I was essayed at 12 by a woman, and people defended her because she's a woman. I've yet to find her. When I do, I'll ruin her life. I hope you get the justice that you need, and by justice, that you need to charge that bitch. She needs to go to prison. As a guy who's had girls I wasn't attracted to come up to and start touching me and stuff, I generally get frustrated because I feel uncomfortable with it, and if it happened to a woman, that woman would be allowed to stand up for herself, but if I do it, I'm a dick who is yelling at a woman. But if somebody I don't know or like walks up to me and starts touching me in a sexual way, I'm not obligated to respond to them in a calm manner. You tell them to off and don't touch me. Simple as that. File police reports on these women. I was sexualized and essayed every job I've worked in front of cameras and all. Yikes. As a former stripper and bartender, I can absolutely confirm that a lot of women assault men daily and never give it a second thought. The amount of, oh, she's just super friendly when she's drunk, the friend says, while the friendly one is groping any guy within reach. I've had a girl stare at me so hard in the gym it made me uncomfortable for the first time ever. That's so real. I get women at my work grabbing my bicep and forearms to get my attention, or even as if they're only walking past me when they could very easily just say my name or say, excuse me. Yeah, imagine if a man were doing that to women. Facts, nothing but facts. I've had women walk up to me and touch me. I had one grab my butt while going up the stairs and I snapped at her. Woke do be getting away with a lot because they feel like they can't be touched by law or gender. I work at a bar. There was a woman who pressed her whole body against me, hugging my arm and rubbing her head on me. Now, I'm not mad at her attempt, it's just the fact she was trying to seduce me with nothing. She wasn't even a nice person on top of having no curves. My wife does the same job that I do. I remember I told her to go relax during a job one day that she came out of the building telling me the two office girls were all talking about their breasts and one of them even tried to feel up on my wife. I didn't even know how to react, my way or the job way. So I had one of my cop buddies go in and put the fear of jail in there at his. Now my wife stays behind the computers in the booth. That's too bad. She's got so freaked out by these other chicks, she just want to get touched by them. Like, working in nightclubs, the amount of women who openly commit SA on people around them after a few drinks is absolutely shocking. For real, I had a random girl slap my ass at the bar and her excuse was alcohol. Yeah, if you can't handle yourself out there, like under the influence, don't go out there. Stop committing SA. Don't touch people. The world isn't your playground, okay? I have had women try to pull my pants down, then get pissed when I stop her. Been on a dance floor and had my ass backed. No one called those women monsters. Jesus. Living in the Caribbean, you find this from YouTube female tourists a lot, and it's really a problem. I've had an ex that needed to put hands on a chick because she wanted to just put her hands on my head and thought it was cute when I ducked her. They don't even think it's assault when it's literally the definition. 10 years bouncing, and I've had my crotch and ass grabbed a lot. Not a complaint, just wanted to tell people. Well, thank you very much for letting us know that. To have this girl come up and grab my ass. She did in front of her BF2 all the time in high school, and it was weird, but I knew because I was a guy, the teachers wouldn't care. I've literally had women walk up and grab my genitals without even a how do you do. Why do women think it's acceptable to do those things, like grope someone's genitals or grab someone's ass, but they rage when it happens to women? Point being, practice what you preach and maybe it will come to an end. When I was in middle school, we were in a locker room and a girl slapped my ass randomly. No one said anything to her. They just laughed at me when I got angry and upset. Oh my goodness. Well guys, that got me all revved up. It got me all angry because nothing literally pisses me off more than watching women do the same things that they're complaining about men doing, okay? And then creating this whole fucking culture about let's hate all men because A, B, and C. But let's not point any fingers at our own gender that's doing this. Everybody's like, come on, the man and bear argument means that men have to start stepping up. Well, hello, I'm stepping up and I'm telling you women that you cannot be doing A, B, and C either, okay? And I'm here to try to remove the stigma that everybody talks about, that we know it's there. It shouldn't exist. Everybody should be comfortable to come forward if they're being uncomfortably touched. It's as simple as that. Anyway, with that being said, check out my Patreon, guys, at patreon-doomyfam, where I post the vlogs, a little bit of inside of my life, some inspirational quotes. Maybe you'll find some peace there. I don't know. You can also check out my Instagram account, my Twitch. You can check out my YouTube. Here, make sure to like and subscribe here for more content. I've got my TikTok. All of that is /hidoomy at HIDOOMY. All right, Doomy fam, as always, make sure you guys take care of yourselves until next time. Make sure you know that you do not deserve to be touched. You're a human being. Enforce your boundaries. Take care of yourselves, guys. Until next time.